Welcome back to AlphaCars and Motorcycles. My name is Ian, and today I'm showing you a very exciting Royal Enfield. This is a brand new 2023 Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. It's in the Sunset Strip colorway, so you can see this very nice tank graphic, that gloss black with that gold pinstripe, and the Royal Enfield writing. I think it really ties the bike together and looks very, very nice. So this video is going to be a general overview as well as going over some of the specifications of this Interceptor. So don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned because we're about to check out this Interceptor. So as I mentioned, this is a brand new 2023 model. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is the warranty. This has a 3-year unlimited mileage warranty, something that's really hard to match. Most other motorcycle manufacturers can't match this. So that really just shows, how much Royal Enfield stands behind their product. And we sell hundreds of these bikes a year, and we barely see any back for warranty concerns. I personally can't even think of one recently to talk about. So very well built. The fit and finish is great. The design's great. Very, very reliable machine. So now getting on to some of the general specifications. First, we're going to start with that beating heart, a 648cc parallel twin. It is fuel injected, single overhead cam. You can see our throttle body there. And on this side, with that injector in the top of it, as you can see. So no messing with carburetors. It's only like 35 degrees today, and just in a couple minutes I'll show you a cold start. It starts right up. There's no messing with a choke or worrying about like a lack of power, trying to get out in traffic when you're just starting to ride. So I really like the fuel injection on the modern bikes. It's a very, very nice, convenient feature. It is a 6-speed gearbox, and it is air and oil cooled. So air cooled being, we can see these nice fins on the cylinder, a little bit of a heat sink there on the headers, and we have a nice oil cooler on the front of the frame here. And then just a note, we can see the oil filter, very easy location to access to service. So very straightforward machine to do basic servicing on, thanks to Royal Enfield. So this produces 47 horsepower and 38 foot-pounds of torque. So with it only being 445 pounds wet, you're really going to have a blast on this bike, whether you're commuting on it or just having fun on the weekend, or both, really. It's a great option for all sorts of riding. With that power figure, and that relatively, or I shouldn't say relatively, with that it is lightweight, 70 miles per gallon. So, you're going to get your maximum miles per gallon on this machine. And with a 3.6 gallon capacity tank, you're not going to have to worry about stopping for fuel a lot, especially if you're going to take, maybe a longer ride and you got to worry about finding gas stations. That you really don't have to worry about with this. Talking about the suspension quickly now. 4.3 inches of travel in the front and 3.4 inches of travel in the rear. A very standard amount for a road bike like this. Very smooth, well-dampened suspension as well. The wheels, 36 spoke, 18-inch front and rear. They're aluminum alloy, so they're nice and light. And I really like the accent of the chrome spokes in the black rim. I think it looks great. Talking about the brakes now. In the front we have a nice size 320 millimeter disc. We can see it is a floating rotor design and it is drilled. And then we have a nice 2-piston caliper on the front, so plenty of stopping power. Moving on to the back, we have a 240 millimeter, once again drilled rotor, floating design, and then a single piston caliper. Now talking about the seat, this nice diamond quilt pattern. I think it looks great. A lot of riders may want to upgrade to something like this, but Royal Enfield just, they just included it from the factory. So it's really quite a beautiful piece. Makes the bike really look awesome in my opinion. And speaking of that seat, it's a 31.6 inch seat height. So whether you're just getting into riding or you're a seasoned rider, you know, nice low seat height, relatively low, so you don't have to be intimidated or worry about getting your feet down like in a parking lot or at a stoplight situation. So now I'm gonna throw a leg over this and we'll see how the ergonomics are and check out the controls and the dash. Now that I've got it on the side stand, I'm gonna get on here. I am 5'11", so I do have a little bit of height on my side. If I get the camera down, I am flat-footed with a slight bend in the knee. It's a very, very comfortable position. And with only being, you know, that 445 pounds wet, wet meaning ready to ride, full of, you know, fuel, any other fluids required like oil, brake fluid, etc. You know, it is easy to maneuver, and you're not feeling like it's ready to tip over or something. So I love the dash, very retro design. Going over the controls quickly, they are kind of basic motorcycle controls, but we do have our low beam, which is always on, high beam on the back, this yellow switch, that's flash to pass, or momentary high beam. We have our blinkers, horn, throttle side, we have our throttle. Grips are very comfortable, by the way, good kind of soft touch to them. Like I said, the fit and finish of these Royal Enfields are really quite impressive. We have our run and kill switch, and finally our start button, that nice electric start. So let's now start it. Key on. You can hear that electric fuel pump prime. I like the gauge sweep it just did there as well. So now all you gotta do is make sure you're in neutral, and I'm just gonna hit the start button. Royal Enfield really has the fueling sorted out on these bikes from the factory. It is really good, runs really smooth. I'll give it a couple light revs here. So you can see like instant throttle response, even cold. So like I said, while it's warming up, you don't have to worry about messing with the choke even while you're riding. It's really very convenient. And my personal bike, you know, I love having fuel injected bikes now. It's great. So speaking of the dash, let me just shut the engine off, turn the dash back on. On that left cluster, we have our mileage, fuel. Fuel gauge is awesome. Once again, another modern feature that I like. You don't have to look in the tank or go by mileage. We have our various warning lights if they need to come on. The ABS light, when it's running, that does go off after you ride a few feet. That does like a self-check. So that is normal for the ABS light to be on after you start it, and then it will go off shortly after you start rolling. And that button in the center is for the multifunction. There is a trip counter, so that's to operate that. And now I'm just gonna say a couple kind of closing comments on this machine. Definitely visit our website, alphacars.com. You know, whether you're watching this in 2023 or, you know, a few years down the line, check out our website. That'll let you know of the latest listings and availability. We always have new stock arriving, and you'll get to see, you know, maybe whatever the latest Royal Enfield is out at the time there. But we always have, you know, lots of exciting things in stock, so definitely reach out if you have any questions. We do offer many accessories for these Interceptors and Royal Enfields and Urals in general. And this can all be worked into, you know, a deal if you were to purchase this machine from us. So just to mention a few of these accessories, if you're interested to learn about them, things like a performance slip-on muffler, a performance air filter, you know, an LED headlight bulb, engine sump guard, headlight rock guard, you know, various engine protection offerings, you know, like engine protection bars to, you know, to save cosmetic damage and even physical damage if the bike tipped over or something. You know, various windshields to help with the kind of wind blast, depending on the riding you're doing. Heated grips. We even sell, you know, a side case luggage kit that has the proper, you know, brackets to mount it on the Interceptor, and that offers around 44 liters of total capacity. So definitely, whether you're commuting or just going to the supermarket, you know, you'll have plenty of room to have all your things and have it be very convenient. So with all that, thank you for watching this video. I hope this video was enjoyable to watch and informative. Definitely reach out to us if you have any questions, And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned because we have more videos coming.